Hi, I'm Jeff Renwick, CEO of Canntab Therapeutics. I have over 25 years experience in the pharmaceutical industry, and I've worked with the likes of Barry Sherman of Apotex, Morris and David Goodman of Pharmascience, and Eugene Melnick of Bioville. I've built several plants worldwide, and I've built several generic products around the globe.
My name is Richard Goldstein. I'm a co-founder of Canntab and also its CFO. As Genevieve has said, I also was the founder and still president of First Republic Capital. We've had the privilege actually of financing several of the company presenters both here today and tomorrow. But today I am wearing my Canntab hat, and maybe just to give you a little bit of history, 11 years ago, Jeff and I started a generic pharmaceutical company in Markham. We developed 2 extended release tablets, both generic tablets, and we partnered up with a company called Amneal Pharmaceuticals. Now, you may not know Amneal, but they are a $5.7 billion market cap company. And they spent millions upon millions upon millions of dollars trying to formulate the 2 drugs that they ended up licensing from us. That led, if you will, to a patent that was issued in the United States for one of those formulations of an extended release tablet. And in fact, that patent was the starting point for an extended release cannabis product and tablet. 3 years ago, we started Canntab. After originally visiting Colorado quite a while back, we came up with our original tagline, and that tagline was putting the medical into medicinal cannabis. And I'll tell you why. We went looking for tablets, frankly, in Colorado, being one of the first states to approve legalization. There was a lot of product available. We heard that there were tablets in the dispensaries. We went looking for them. We found all kinds of edibles and other forms of delivery, but certainly nothing much in the way of tablets until we finally found Mary's Medicinal's CBD tablet. And you've heard about CBD, the non-euphoric part. Mary's Medicinals is a pretty well-known name in the United States. I think they do a fair amount of business, and certainly in the millions and millions of dollars. So we bought the pills, and I guess Jeff tried to take one and squish it with his thumb, if you will, and we couldn't even break it. And I think he said something, oh, this must be a hardness of over 60, which will probably not mean anything to you folks. But what it really means is at the end of the day, these tablets were very hard. They're like hockey pucks, or even worse, like a bullet that could be shot out of a gun. And anyways, he just scooped up the tablets, popped in 5, and I look at them and wow, okay, and they were hard, but they certainly were not to any form of a GMP standard. They were certainly not pharma, and they were certainly not medical. At the end of the day, and the end result, the next morning, they came out the same way they went in. I'm not joking. Which is why we aspire to be science. Our pills dissolve and are more bioavailable than any other approved delivery mechanism for cannabis.
Right. So starting with the dried flowers, we use CO2 extraction and ethyl alcohol. This allows us to further separate the terpenes and the cannabinoids. Then we put it through our patent-pending granulation process. Using standard pharmaceutical equipment, we press tablets, color coat them, and package them in tamper-proof blister packaging. Our instant-release tablets work by quickly dispersing the drug in the stomach, where our technology guarantees rapid absorption. This partially bypasses the lymphatic system in the liver to provide immediate relief. Simply said, this process makes cannabinoids more bioavailable. Conversely, our extended-release tablets slowly erode in the colon, and due to the technology, they provide hours of relief, keeping the dosing steady and keeping you in the therapeutic window for almost a full day. Also, our flash melt tablets and RX gum get absorbed directly into the bloodstream through the mouth. This is good for patients who have esophageal or stomach problems. 15 years ago, I met Joshi in India. He came to Canada to work for me. We've done several projects together, and he's brilliant.
So a quick pie chart to break out the use of proceeds from $5 million, which we raised in the sub-receipt financing back in December, which was a very good time to raise money. We actually had to take one meeting, if you will, to raise that $5 million. We knew that meeting was a waste of time with a large institutional player. We did not get an order. We were not surprised. We raised the $5 million. And that's the good news. The other fact, though, is because we didn't have to go on the road to raise the money, we're now using events just like this one here to get our story out and try to meet and greet with all you folks while you're here for the rest of the time this week. And I hope we can chat more on that. Just quickly on a cap table basis, we as well have our founder stock, which is all escrowed. Strategic partners are the original shareholders of the predecessor company. So the predecessor company essentially licensed all of its technology, all of its extended release capability, all of the equipment that's located in Markham is all now being used by Canntab. And so they receive shares for that. We did a private placement of $1.4 million, 25 cents back in January. As I mentioned, the dollar private placement back in December. Telfer Scott was the RTO that we worked with, gave them some stock. We've had some options and warrants exercised. And at the end of the day, we have just over 25 million shares outstanding. Fully diluted after all options and warrants, just 28 2/3 million shares. At the end of the day, we raised this money at $1. We're trading somewhere around 70 cents, so we're at a 30% discount as far as I'm concerned to the dollar, which we thought was a very fair price. We have a $20 million market cap. We're probably the smallest presenter in terms of market cap here, and we think we have one of the greatest futures.
So thanks to Rob, who I started working with 15 years ago, we've already scaled up the manufacturing and are able to produce and package millions of tablets. With 2.5 milligram, 5 milligram, and 10 milligram formulations of all of our different SKUs, doctors and patients are able to find the right solution and the right balance for their patients. Dosing is accurate and easy, and frankly, it's probably the best way to use cannabis.
So, we have a lifestyle brand called 420 Therapeutics. It's been trademarked. The company exists. It's a wholly owned subsidiary of Canntab. The products that are inside aren't far away from what we've done on the medical side, and brought some here with me today. But the top product actually is what we received. You heard earlier in the video. We received an NPN number from Health Canada. That product, actually, cannabis sativa hemp seed oil capsules, are able to be sold today. But we've chosen not to for a variety of reasons. The biggest one being there isn't a tremendous amount of cannabinoid benefit. Really, it's more of just omegas, yeah, 3 and 6. So what it has been, though, is a bit of a Trojan horse for us. We've learned how to use a pretty sophisticated capsule machine that binds and bounds the actual capsule itself, and we've worked with the blister packaging so that we're all ready to go for the product that you see in the bottom right-hand corner, which will be, as you heard earlier, full spectrum capsules made from industrial hemp, which is also called cannabis sativa. Actually, hemp is more of a nickname. But that will be full spectrum. It will be loaded with CBD. It will come in a very, very sharp packaging that you can do more creative things with than you can at the ACMPR level. This could be made available at all retail locations because it's a nutraceutical, it's a natural product, and we hope to get that approval from Health Canada. We do know under the existing Cannabis Act that changes that come October 18th, full spectrum oil will be allowed, and we have secured sufficient enough inventory to make millions upon millions, if you will, capsules, and then ultimately millions upon millions of both instant release and extended release CBD tablets without the euphoria associated with
from hemp. Yeah.
From hemp, yeah. With THC. So everyone always asks, you know, how are you guys going to make money? You know, where are you going to make money? And we've demonstrated we've made a little bit of money in license fees from Emblem. Royalties will be another way where we generate revenue, again, with Emblem and all of our partners that we end up partnering with. We do make a manufacturer's profit. So whatever it costs us to make the tablet or the capsules, we'll be adding on, obviously, a margin of profit onto that. And then we can follow, frankly, a wholesale model. We can white label, we can retail, we can run an online store of our own, ultimately. But the biggest question that we always get, and the one I like to tell, is they say, okay, but how much money do you guys realistically think you can make? And really what we do, and we have a base case model, is we estimate, what is the average user, and everyone that's presenting here, I guess, is going to have to ask themselves the same question. What is the average user going to take in the way of an annual usage of your product? Some might use 1 a day, 2 a day, 1 a week, 1 a month, 1 in a blue moon. So what we said is, okay, let's just assume that the average Canntab user will take 90 tablets a year. 90 a year. And it doesn't matter where it's generated or how it's generated, allow me the benefit to accept that we believe we can generate $1 a pill. $1 a pill. 90 people, $90, if you will, a patient. 100,000 patients essentially translates to $9 million of cash flow after all product costs, pre-overhead, which I might add is very, very low in comparison to lots of the industry players. But, I mean, 90 tablets really is not that much, and 9 million is a lot. And frankly, for 100,000 patients, I mean, heck, that's a nursing home chain. One nursing home chain. Okay? And
Bay Street. Where they said some guys are going to take 5 a day.
All right. Just finish her up.
Yep. So I want to thank you guys for coming out today. Thank Grit Capital. It's an excellent event. We put a stick in the swag bag that's got a little more information about the company, and a charger for your cell phone so you can look on your phone and buy some stock later today if your battery runs out dead. But we're happy to answer questions all weekend long. There's a lot to know about it, and if you guys want to talk to us, we're here.
Thank you for your time.